In my previous video, I shared with you guys the challenges I'm having with organic farming. I had these caterpillars which were eating my spinach, my sukuma wiki so badly that in the morning it would be fine, in the evening the leaf would be literally tortured, trauma. And you came through for me. You shared with me ideas of how I can combat this. Many of you told me to use cloves, garlic, lemongrass, and someone advised me to plant marigold. Now here in this video, I'm showing you what actually happened when I did that. So after boiling the three things together, cloves, garlic, lemongrass, I cooled them and then I sieved, like I took it away. I tried to kind of balance the quantities. Here it looks like the lemongrass is so much, but the garlic was a whole bulb, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe a quarter handful of cloves. So I boiled my things, I sieved them. I was not so sure what this would do for me. I was literally experimenting. Well, these monster caterpillars didn't know what was coming for them. I was like a righteous man, like wind. You don't know where he's coming from or where he's going. You guys, I felt like an undercover agent. I got these things put in my aerosol spray and I was ready to shoot. So let me first put some pressure here and they will see me. These caterpillars didn't know what was coming for them. Honestly, I really thought it would really be like scorching or burning for them and then they would die. I sprayed leaf per leaf, under, behind, for all my sukuma wiki, all kale. I really started with the ones where I had seen the caterpillars. Right there in the middle, they were there. If some were tiny, some were like already grown, but I took my time to spray all the sides. Now, honestly, I would understand why garlic would work, because we used to use garlic in COVID. I know it's an antibiotic. And then also lemongrass. I have seen my dogs eat lemongrass when they have like stomach upsets. I have seen also cloves. I have just had them for infections, like people take them for infections. So I took my time to spray. So meanwhile, when I got the balance, I told myself these tomatoes, I have nothing I'm spraying on the tomatoes. So I sprayed also on the tomatoes. I found there's this mother tomato, that one that I love it. It has so many tomatoes. At that time I sprayed all of it. This is another portion of kale that I also sprayed. Basically I sprayed the entire garden. And then I gave it 2 days. I came back 2 days later. You guys, I didn't know what to expect. I thought first they would be dead. Maybe I would find them dried up or something, but they were still there. These caterpillars were still there. I ignored them. I went to the other healthy part of my garden and I decided to harvest some kale for that day. Guys, when I harvest the kale is so much, I have to give it away. Like I can't eat all of it. My family is quite small. I can't eat it at once. And it is not the kind of, it's not like aromatic or anything. Like maybe I can preserve it and have it in powder form, maybe for nutritional purposes. But when I usually harvest, I eat some and then give away the rest. So back to the caterpillars. When I checked the caterpillars, they were not dead, but I could see there was an effect on them. The originally very green caterpillars had turned yellow. Look at that, you guys. They had turned yellow. So I was thinking maybe they are dying a slow death. Oh my God. It's like poisoning. You don't know what's happening to you, but you're dying slowly. That was 2 days later. Now, I want to recommend that if your garden is infested, you may have to spray more than once a week. But if it's just for purposes of, taking care of your garden, then you can spray maybe weekly, like once a week. So I sprayed once and this was the effect. I felt like I needed to give it another spray. But because of being involved in this and that, by the time I came back, I could not find the caterpillars. I don't know whether they just died, dissolved, maybe they died and fell, but the kale was growing back. The fresh leaves or younger leaves were coming. My tomatoes were looking fresh. I was pretty excited. They were growing bigger. This particular tomato had about maybe 3 or 5 to 5. There are about 2 tomatoes in here that have mixed together. I know when the leaves become so many, I'm supposed to thin them, is it pruning? Pluck off some other leaves. but I worry that maybe when I'm plucking, the leaves might destroy the tomato. Guys, you know they keep saying that can't hang on a tomato, like you can't hang on a tomato, it's weak already anyhow. But I will pluck these leaves slowly by slowly. Now, my favorite tomato is this one. It has about 20 tomatoes as of now. I love it so much. That is my garden before. This one looks healthy because it's the one which was super infested. A few days later, check how healthy it looks. You guys, cloves work, garlic works, lemongrass works. But I think it works when they are all put together, like the combination works. Yup. So I'm going to keep doing this every week just to keep it healthy. I'm not going to wait for the infection to come. I'm just going to keep spraying every week. So you guys, I want to recommend this, and I want to thank all of you who reached out to me encouraging me to go organic. Guys, organic vegetable growing is not for the faint-hearted, but I'm all in. I want to also encourage you all who want to start gardening at home. You want to grow in your small spaces, please keep going. I have a problem with this compound grass of mine. It keeps growing into my fence, but I'll keep fighting it back. Now, the other issue I have is my Swiss chard, guys. It's so infested. I don't know whether it is the sun or it is still the same, I don't know, bacterial infections. I try to spray it. I'm going to give it time. If it improves, well and good. If it doesn't improve, I'm going to pluck it out. Maybe I was thinking maybe it is fighting with the tomatoes, like the two cannot coexist. I don't know. So here is my kale trying to, survive, regrow. It will be okay. This cobweb-like thing was left by the other dead bodies of caterpillars. Check how it's trying to grow back to life. I am excited for it, and I hope it never gets infested again. Look at the leaves. They've been eaten away, but it's fighting back. I'm also noticing my garden needs a lot of weeding. Many parts have been, more weeds have grown, and I'm going to get time and weed around the gardens. These tomatoes, God knows I'm going to weed under them. I really don't want to hurt them. In my mind, I know tomato is a very weak plant, but we'll see. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I want to encourage you to subscribe, keep watching, but as you go, pray for me because my tomato, one of them seems to be going through some sort of war, but we'll see.